RENMLS 2170037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries, as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect our roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, and love it. Good morning, Alex. Glad to see you with us back here in Southern California, I trust. Maybe not out there on the road in America. It's Calizuela, I guess I should put it properly. Hey, let's see what we're celebrating today. There's always something fun and exciting to celebrate. National Caramel Day. Yeah, I like that one. Go for Broke Day. Raisin and Spice Bar Day. Did I say Caramel Day? Deep Dish Pizza Day. A lot of food on there for those of us that have beaten anorexia. I like that. Hey, let's look at the markets. Dow Jones Industrial Average now it is up 401 points, almost 402 points. S&P 500 up 57 points. NASDAQ up 184 points. Oil is down $2.42 per barrel of oil. Well, we knew that was going to happen eventually just because they finally got that tanker off the sand, or that big steamship or cargo ship off the sand out there. Let's take a look, though. What is that oil price doing for us in Calizuela? Gasoline right now, $2.58 per gallon is the best price in the land. Not available in Calizuela. Yeah, you probably knew that, right? I mean, that Calizuela would not have the best pricing of fuel. $3.68. Yeah, that one's not in Calizuela either. That would be Hawaii. So Hawaii is $3.68, better than Calizuela. We're looking at Mississippi, $2.58, better than Calizuela. $2.87. Should I get us on a strike three? Yeah, strike three. It's baseball season. That would be the national average. $2.87 is the cost of a gallon of gasoline nationally. $3.92. Ow! That is the average for a gallon of gasoline right here in Calizuela. Yeah, you know, that's what are we going to do? I mean, that's what we voted for. We voted for high gas prices. So why is anybody curious as to that we're getting it now? Right? It's our vote. As President Obama said, votes matter, right? You got to win an election if you want to get out of some of these garbage things that are going on. Let's check along what's going on in the marketplace in the world today. Hunter Biden convinced quote-unquote reluctant Joe to publicly support his relationship with his brother's widow. I don't know about that one, but
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I wonder about that one. So, okay, that's an interesting concept. We saw Bo on the news. Yeah, he doesn't know whether the laptop that has his personal information is his. Figure that one out. I can't figure some of these things out. Portland police look for an exit. They're burned out. Yeah, that's another one of those. But there is no Antifa. There's nothing going on there. So let's just don't look here. It's somewhere else. Raphael Warnock, the Georgia senator, deletes his Easter tweet amid backlash. Laura Ingram's out there talking about Georgia boycotts. Now, this just fascinates me how you get so many people that are wanting to boycott Georgia. Now, Georgia's saying that they're gonna lose about $100 million because the Major League Baseball is going to move the All-Star game away from Atlanta. Wonder maybe if they didn't have that antitrust exemption, maybe they'd be able to be sued over this to see all those businesses. They ramped up because baseball said they're going to do one thing, and then over a bunch of lies from the president of the United States, they're not doing it. So they don't like the idea of having election integrity. Apparently, that's the idea. Election integrity is not something that is good for Major League Baseball, but they did renew their deal with the Chinese Communist Party. So figure that one out. NFL or Georgia elections out. Chinese Communist Party, they're in. If you can figure that out, please, 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 please help me. I don't understand it. But when you look at the law and try and figure out what is it that they don't like, can somebody help me understand what part of the law in Georgia they're saying they don't like? That Republicans and Democrats cannot bring food or drink to people in line. Poll workers can, but the politicians, they can't. Can you say buying off people, boys and girls? Right? So that they're not allowed to do that. Let's see what else we can look at. The other items. So they don't want the Democrats or Republicans giving people food and encouraging them to vote their way. Okay. Allows local officials to begin processing, not counting, but processing absentee ballots 2 weeks before the election. Just put them down in a bin so they can be counted on election day. That doesn't seem too difficult. Okay. The law requires absentee ballots to be printed on special paper so we know there's no fraud. That doesn't sound like a problem to me. Has to have your precinct name on it. That's where you're voting. What voting place you're attached to has to be on the paper along with an ID that you get from the state or social security number so we know you're a real person, not dead. Does that constrain anybody? Now, if you want to go to that All-Star game, no matter where they move it, you might be asked for an ID. They're even talking about wanting to make sure that you've been COVID vaccinated. But that's inhibiting your rights. Just beyond me where we come up with some of this stupidity in our culture right now. It's just stupid. But, Major League Baseball, we don't have to want it. There's no reason that Major League Baseball needs to have any brains, right? There's no prerequisite, I guess is the right term. Got to get in an airplane, you got to have your ID. So I guess that's racist. To get on an airplane must be racist. Delta Airlines, you require that, right? An ID to get on a plane, but not to vote. If I want to get some certain cough medicines, yes, I have to show them my ID. If I want to buy alcohol, I need to show them my ID. Sometimes if I want to use a credit card, got to show them my ID. All of those things are now racist. Wonder how that happens. I just curious. Maybe you're able to help me understand some of these things. I just beyond my comprehension. Let's look at some of the numbers that are going on right now. Investors, a year ago, 66% of stock investors were bearish. Now remember, that's right at the start of the shutdown pandemic. 66% of stock investors were bearish. 16% neutral in the direction of the U.S. stock market over the upcoming 6 months. Guess they didn't get that one right, did they?
Nothing like a little air superiority.
Best month for the stock market, April. It's been the number one best month for the S&P 500 index over the last 30 years, 1991 to 2020, gaining an average of 2.17% total return. Month of November has been number 2 best performing month over the last 3 decades. So if you're in the bar tonight and you've got a trivia going on and somebody says, hey, what's the best month for the S&P 500 stock market gains? Yeah, you'll know the answer because you listen to Ron Siegel Radio. In fact, I might even make that a trivia word of the day, or trivia word for this week. We're going to start rolling out a trivia. So if you're listening to us, make sure you listen up, because I think I'll start this tomorrow. Is we'll get a trivia going, and you'll be able to go online and just go to, I'm going to see if they've got a website available for me. And we'll go to this trivia. You'll fill out a simple form. You have to kind of figure out how to get a hold of you if you win. And we'll see if we can get maybe a $50 or $100 gift card for somebody that gives us the right answer, and then they win the raffle. So we're going to try that. We'll probably start that tomorrow. Our producers get that online, so we'll get that rolling for you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, your tax refund and stimulus savings might be enough to help you buy a new home this year. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to also look at 6 ways to track your monthly expenses, misconceptions about financial health, payday loans. What about them? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Real Estate Radio is hosted by local real estate and finance expert Ron Siegel. The purpose of this show is to help consumers understand what's really going on in our local real estate market. We're teaching you the why and the how-to, so you'll always be one step ahead of everyone else. Whether you need to sell your home for top dollar, refinance and save money, or even buy a bargain in Southern California, Ron Siegel can help. Call Ron directly at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Take advantage of speaking with Ron anytime you're entering a real estate transaction. Having someone who can answer all of your questions that truly cares about you and your family's best interest is priceless. Call Ron Siegel today and you'll be glad you did. 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or you can visit realestateradio.com for more info.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first .com.
Trimming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at RonIsMyLender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. RonIsMyLender.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva Financial, they've got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990. Dow Jones now up 395 points. NASDAQ up 196 points. S&P 500 up 57 points. U.S. 10-year Treasury, it's down a basis point. Not saying a whole lot because the bond market was open until about 9 a.m. California time, noon on the East Coast, if you're keeping score. On Friday, the stock market was down. So trying to catch up on some of the numbers right here. That's kind of what's going on. But the 10-year Treasury down 1 basis point. Mortgage-backed securities are up 16 basis points. So that is what's going on in the market. The question becomes, why is it going on? That's one of the things we're always looking at. Well, got that big jobs report. That's the big driver of what's going on right now. So we had that big jobs report that came out on Friday. And there are still some people that are out there. Now, and I'm going to tell you, it was a good report. It was a good report. But here's the issue is we're still losing jobs. Let's get an explanation in here, though, for you, because sometimes people don't understand what some of these reports mean. And being that you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, we are here to educate as well as entertain. So when you see a jobs report that comes out and says 916,000 jobs were created in the month of March, well, those are estimates. They're going to be revised at the beginning of next month because they do it based on a survey. And that survey, they use unemployment numbers. First-time unemployment claims is part of the numbers they go into that. Well, you just saw that there was, 800,000 jobs lost on Thursday. Every week you get a jobs report. Every Thursday morning, we get what they call initial jobless claims. So initial jobless claims gives us an idea of how many people filed for first-time unemployment. Then you get the jobs report itself. So what does the jobs report tell us? The jobs report is basically going to tell us how many people got a job in the prior month. How do they define a job? That's the biggie right there, because here's where people really, really get confused. Because someone would think that when you say, okay, they got a job, well, that's great. But did they really get a job? Well, 1 hour of work for pay is how we define a job. 1 hour of work for pay. Now, does that mean anything to anybody? Right? Can you live off of 1 hour of work for pay? And I hear people say, and I got in a debate with an individual online last week because he was telling me about how great the economy is doing, because in the month of February, there was 360,000 jobs created. I said, you're right. There was 360,000 jobs created. But how many first-timers went unemployed? So you can have, on one hand, jobs being created. That doesn't say how many jobs were lost, right? And it doesn't tell us how many are on pandemic unemployment assistance or the other types of assistance once they've even gone off of unemployment. So right now, there's about 3.8 million people getting on unemployment. The pandemic unemployment assistance, about 18.2 million people are receiving benefits from the programs. 18.2 million people. Ow! So is the economy doing great? No. Is the economy improving? Absolutely. But you need to understand where these numbers come from. And so you don't want to really look, because I'll look at the numbers right now. So the week of March 27th, there was 719,000 was the initial jobless claims. Well, the week before that was right around 600,000. So what we want to do is look at a 4-week average. We don't want to look at the number. 4-week average is right on that 719,000. 3.794 continuing claims. The largest place for first-time claims? Yep. You can probably guess it. Calizuela. Surprise. 105,000 people filed first-time unemployment claims right here in the formerly Golden State. But Governor Newsom,
Such an idiot.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. We got it, guys. Newsom doesn't understand these numbers, so he continues telling us how great things are here. And Garcetti, he's about just as bad, telling us, "Oh, we're going to be getting better." Unbelievable. So there's a couple of the numbers right there for you. Let's look at the mortgage numbers as well, because that's always a biggie. April 1st. This is no April Fools. 3.18 was the average Freddie Mac number. That's why I'm not telling you what the APR is, because I'm just telling you what Freddie Mac said. So Freddie Mac tells us that the 3.18 was the average for a 30-year fixed rate loan. You had to pay 0.7 of a point to get that 3.18. And that's going to be a purchase money, single family, high FICO, low debt to income, and low loan to value, all the baseline numbers, right? 3.18. Compare that to last year. 3.33 was the number for last year. So we're looking at all those. What's that? 4 weeks in a row, maybe more than that, going all the way back to the 11th of February. That was the last time their report didn't show an increase in that 30-year fixed rate loan. So that number's been going up. So if you haven't taken care of getting your home refinanced, shame on you. But you need to be looking at that. You also need to be looking at where's the numbers coming from? Where are you going to get a debt consolidation loan? That's a biggie, right? Because I've been showing a lot of our private clients the debt consolidation tools that our private team has. And those debt consolidation tools, they are powerful. Why did I say they're powerful? Because they really put in context. I'll give you some numbers right here, right now. So one of the private clients that we did some analysis work for over the weekend basically showed that they're going to increase their interest rate, and they had gotten a loan modification the beginning of last year. So their loan has about 36 years, 37 years left on it. It has 39 years left. They modified it into a 40-year loan. Well, by going through the debt consolidation, we were able to pay off all of their outstanding debt. Because generally, if somebody's going through a loan modification, the issue is they had some sort of hardship. That's what caused the requirement for that loan modification. That's what caused that need for the loan modification. Right? So what we end up doing is we go in and say, okay, let's look at all the debts. We're going to wipe out all those debts, roll it into a new 30-year loan. We're going to save them $1,248 every month. $1,248 a month in savings. What do you do with that money? Well, when they did the loan modification on their primary residence, they got to a point where they could afford the money, the debts that they had. So I suggested take that $1,200 or most of that $1,200 and send it to your new mortgage as a principal reduction. Principal reduction. And lo and behold, the 30-year loan is paid off in 17 3/4 years. Now that is called mortgage planning, being a home loan strategist. You're not going to find that information on google.com or on the other online services that tell you they're giving you the great information about your home loan. That's why our friends at Geneva, they've got their focus here is home loans powered by humans, not by you just going online and putting all your data in and thinking that you understand all of it. So if you want to have a strategy consultation, give a call, 800-306-1990. Our friends at Geneva Financial are standing by, and they'll help you with that strategy consultation, because you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, tax refund stimulus savings, they can help you achieve home ownership. 6 ways to track your monthly expenses, 5 misconceptions about financial health, and a featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our offer number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if we missed any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Hi, we're here with Ron Siegel, the host of Real Estate Radio. Ron, welcome to the studio. Give us insight as to what your show is all about.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me that question. The reason we developed Real Estate Radio is right now there's an abundance of misinformation out there. So Real Estate Radio is a show designed to give Southern California a focal point for their real estate knowledge, as well as a place to go just in case they might need anything real estate related.
So how are you helping people?
That's actually pretty simple. People need advice. So it really doesn't matter who you are. If you have any real estate questions, we're here to help. Whether you're buying a home, selling, you're experiencing a loan modification, short sale, foreclosure, there are a lot of things going on in this marketplace.
How can people get a hold of you?
Real easy. All you have to do is call. The number is 1-800-306-1990. Press option 1.
Interesting times in the market right now. Where do you think the markets are going from here?
That's a great question. All I can say is this. The housing market came down one house at a time, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build it one house, one family at a time. So the best thing that anyone can do is access the free advice that we really want to give you. And to do that, you simply need to call me. The number is 1-800-306-1990, option 1. I'd really love to help.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. SLT Home Digest, 79564. Find that dream home. Digest is going to tell you exactly what the market believes about your property, exactly what the county recorder knows about your property, what they've got in their records about your property. And the best of all, it's totally compliments of Ron Siegel Radio. No cost to you. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, no cost to you. Your stimulus tax refund. or your tax refund and stimulus. Both of those could help you achieve home ownership this year if you're planning to buy a home this year. Saving for a down payment is one of the most important steps in the process. One of the best ways to jumpstart your savings is by starting with the help of your tax refund. Using data from the Internal Revenue Service, and I'm going to see if I can get this chart up here to show you from our friends. If we can get that chart up there so we can show some numbers. If you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of our social channels, or the ABC News and Talk, KMET AM 1490 video feed, you're seeing a chart on the screen right now, and that's data from the Internal Revenue Service. It's estimated that Americans can expect an average refund of, should I get the drum roll? I don't know if we've even got the drum roll lined up, guys. Where is our drum roll? Drum roll, please. Average refund is $2,925. Pretty much the same as in Calizuela. We're at $2,948 is the average for Calizuela to get in their refund. Idaho, you're at $2,683. Washington, you're at $2,934. Arizona, you're at $2,888. So it's all right in the same ballpark right there. Thanks to programs from the Federal Housing Authority, Freddie Mac, and Fannie Mae, many first-time buyers can purchase a home with as little as 3% down. In addition, Veterans Affairs loans allow many veterans to put nothing down. You may have heard of the common myth that you need to put 20% down when you buy a home, but thankfully for most home buyers, a 20% down payment is not actually required. It's important to work with your real estate professional and your lender to understand all your options. So how can your tax refund help if you're a first-time buyer? Your tax refund may cover more of a down payment than you realize, maybe even all of it, if you take into account the median home price by state. And you've got a map that's going to pop up on the screen of that in just a second. Take the median home price by state and shows a 3% down payment that's covered by the average anticipated refund. Okay, so Calizuela, 15%, right, is covered by your tax refund. Now, let's think about these numbers, folks. In fact, let me finish this story, and then I'll give you some real numbers. The recent from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that of households that received a stimulus check last year, 1/3 reported they primarily saved the stimulus money. If you had the opportunity to save your economic impact payments, you may consider putting that money toward your down payment or closing costs. Your trusted real estate professional, hey, give me a call at 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with one of them so they can help you with that. Savings for a down payment can seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be. This year, your tax refund and stimulus savings could add up big. So let's think about this. Let's do some numbers with Ron Siegel Radio, right? Because I'm a simple man, right? So let's think about some of these numbers. Our numbers here in most parts of the country, you can get a loan for go up to $548,000 on our down payment assistance programs. Down payment assistance. The down payment assistance programs can give you up to 5% towards your down payment. Up to 5%. Now, they have a cost of about 2%. So you've got 3% left over. And what did I tell you your down payment would be? 3% on certain of the loans of the down payment assistance loans or Freddie and Fannie's. We just talked about that. 3%. So basically, you're in at nothing. And you've got your stimulus and tax refund to help with your closing costs. That's how you basically can get into a home right now. So we already went through the number, and I don't want to bore you with this, but I'm going to. Right? So we looked at the number, and we're saying, okay, you're getting $2,948 is the average refund in California. You either got or are getting a $1,400 stimulus check from the latest giveaway, right? So that's $4,348. You can get your new home for that. Now, if you don't know how to do that, well, obviously that's why you need a professional to help you with that part of it. But I know that the team at Geneva Financial can help you with the down payment assistance. I can help you and put you in touch with a great real estate professional anywhere in the sound of my voice. Yeah, they're all over. We know them. So think about that concept, down payment assistance. Now, certain areas, the down payment assistance goes with your FHA loan. So then you've got a 3.5% down payment. That's the minimum on FHA loans. So maybe you have to use some of that 43, 48 average numbers. Your numbers will vary. And it's also going to vary based on your qualifications. But you can use those numbers in order to get what you need to get into your new home. And that is the American dream, right? To have your own home, be able to call someplace home. Just throwing that out there for you. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. So what are some of the buyers and sellers perks in today's housing market? Because I hear people say that, well, the millennials are not going to buy houses, Ron. They are looking to rent. Hogwash. We've had some of the millennials and Gen Zers on our program, and we will again, talking about these items. Right now, the housing market is full of outstanding opportunities for both buyers and sellers. Whether you think of buying your first home, moving up to a bigger one, or selling so you can downsize this spring, there are perks today that are powering big moves for people across the country. So I'm going to show you some of the top perks to keep on the radar. The biggest perk for buyers, yeah, you got to take action, but it's low mortgage rates. Today's most compelling buyer incentive is low mortgage interest rates. The 30-year fixed rate, yeah, right at a little over 3%, while that's slightly higher than record lows from last year and earlier this year, still way more than historic norms, making purchasing a home an ongoing perk for hopeful buyers. Now I've got that chart right there on the screen showing you mortgage rates since 1971, and I hate to say that right back there in what is that, in the 1980s, I was in that market when they were looking at over the 17%. But if you're watching this again on the AM 1490 ABC News and Talk feed, you're seeing where the rates have come. They've come way, way down. A huge advantage for buyers and helps to make owning a home attainable for more households. There's good reason to strive for homeownership. The latest homeowner equity report from CoreLogic shows how homeowners saw major gains in their net worth, all thanks to owning a home. Frank Martell, president and CEO of CoreLogic, explains, quote, positive factors like record low interest rates and a booming housing market encouraged many families to enter home ownership. This growing bank of personal wealth that home ownership affords was noticed by many, but in particular for first-time buyers who want a piece of the cake. As a result, we may see more of those currently renting start to enter the market in the near future. Low mortgage rates are a plus for buyers right now, but experts forecast we'll see them continue to rise as the year goes on. If you're ready to purchase a home, it's wise to get started on the process soon so you can secure today's comparatively low rate. The biggest perk for sellers, low inventory. Today, there are simply not enough houses on the market for the number of buyers looking to purchase them, and it's creating a serious seller's market, according to Danielle Hale, chief economist at Realtor.com. Quote, total active inventory continues to decline, dropping 50% with buyers active in the market and sellers still slow to put up homes for sale. Homes are selling quickly, and the total number of active available for sale at any point in time continues to decline. And we've got that map showing what these numbers are right there again on our video feeds. Lack of houses for sale continues to challenge the market, and with low mortgage rates fueling low buyer demand, homes are hard for buyers to find, according to the latest Realtors Confidence Index survey by the National Association of Realtors, NAR. The average house is receiving 4.1 offers and is on the market for only 20 days. Ow! Buyers are clearly eager to purchase, and because of the shortage of inventory available, they're often entering bidding wars. This is one of the factors keeping home prices strong, giving sellers leverage in the negotiation process. Homeowners are in a position to sell, shouldn't wait to make their move. Light at the end of the tunnel for today's inventory shortage. So listing this spring will get your house on the market when conditions are most favorable with low inventory, high buyer demand, homeowners can potentially earn a greater profit on their houses and sell them quickly in the fast-paced spring market. Bottom line, whether you are thinking about buying or selling a home, there are major perks available in today's housing market. Let's chat about it. Let's get a game plan going for you and your family. That's what it's all about. It's all about the game plan, right? Because we can come out there and we can tell you anything you want, and you may or may not be ready. You may or may not be educated on the process. That's what our team is for, is to help you get educated and understand what's going on. So you put together a game plan. Many people, they don't realize it. They're ready to buy right now. They're qualified to buy right now, and they say, I got to get ready. Well, it's because they don't know what it takes. And why would you know? It's not your business. So give us a call at 800-306-1990. We'll see if we can put together a game plan for you. And you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your housing, real estate, and current events. When we come back, we're going to talk about that featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. No longer on Twitter, and if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
In the middle of our streets, our house.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today Ron Siegel 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCAL BRE number 018694552.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at RonIsMyLender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. RonIsMyLender.com.
Do you believe Southern California real estate is a great investment? Are you a little short to be a cash investor? Are you missing the Social Security card or tax returns? The Siegel Lending Team has the loans for you. Common Sense Lending is back. Yes, there's a cost to higher risk, but the reward can be great. Call today for details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations and MLS 217037 and DRE number 1869452.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The featured home segment today being brought to you by the area trusted. It's being brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. I should have known that. Myfavoritelender.net. They're the ones with today's featured home. They help us out with this on a regular basis, so I should have known that one. Let's see who's got the featured home. Where is it? If we can get that up on the screen, guys, it would be most helpful because I like to talk about it. I like to show it. And our friends that are watching us again on the AM 1490 ABC News and Talk video feed, you're able to see this property, 517 21st Street, Huntington Beach, California. 3 bedrooms, 3 full and a half a bathroom. Yeah, it's at the beach. Have you been saying this to yourself, longing for the ideal beach house, but unable to find it? Your wish is granted. A private gate greets you with a relaxing fireplace area, spacious seating on the front patio. This is what outdoor living is all about, watching the sunset and listening to the surf from the comfort of your own home without the hassle of the traffic and parking on PCH. This tastefully done home is light and bright with a coastal flair complete with Dutch door. Living room is inviting and sunny with a welcoming fireplace, and a second fireplace centers in the family room. Amy Kreitziger has this property. Amy has a great property here, $1,699,999. Let's look at some financing. 10% down, $71.95 a month. If we're looking at 20% down, $63.95 a month. If you're looking at 25% down strategically, you're looking at $53.75 a month. For those of you keeping score, APR is 4.095, 3.975, 3.20, NMLS 217037. NMLS 217037. Yeah, we know we've got to keep the compliance people happy, so we give you all that information. Again, 517 21st Street in Huntington Beach. It's Amy Kreitziger's property or listing. It's not her property. I don't know. It's her listing, though. $1,699,999. There's a few pictures on here. It looks beautiful. That is the featured home segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest. Text it's myfavorithome.net. Boy, folks are going to be upset with me over there at My Favorite Home. Ways to track your monthly expenses. Here's a few of them. Love that. Always an app for that. So there's a variety of apps that exist to help track expenses. Some include the ability to link bank accounts while others scan receipts. I like that. eMoney. Talk to our friend Chris Bissonette. Check account statements. Bank and credit card companies provide detailed expense breakdowns and convenient monthly statements. That's another way. Envelopes. Fill envelopes labeled for each purpose. This is old school. So you put all your food money in one envelope, rent in another envelope, gas in another envelope, entertainment in another envelope. When the envelope's empty, you got to find some money somewhere else because you're out of it. Simple, easy. Unfortunately, requires cash refills and leaves cash exposed to loss and theft. Traditional pencil and paper. Write down every single expense to get a rough idea of how much you bring in and have left to spend each month. The pros, easy to do, great for getting a ballpark estimate. Can be difficult to manage over time. Cons, difficult to streamline and update, less accurate and clunkier than digital methods. The old-fashioned spreadsheet. Yeah, you can just put it right on a spreadsheet. Excel or what's the one that they use? I don't know. Apple has their own version. Numbers, I think they call it. Google Docs or Google Sheets. All of them have it. Categorize the receipts. Save every receipt. Watch them. You can figure that out and do a budget based on your receipts. Once you start watching and seeing where your money is going, I promise you, you're going to be shocked at how much money is kind of wasted. Right? You didn't realize you were spending that much on that item. People don't realize, did I really spend $200 last month at Starbucks? Whew. That, just a thought for you. So let's look at some misconceptions about your financial health. The idea of being rich might conjure images of lounging in an Olympic-sized pool in that McMansion. To get there, you might feel like you need to inherit a windfall of cash from a rich relative, or maybe strike it rich in the tech world. Here's the thing: being financially healthy and working toward improving your money situation does not need to wait until you've amassed a large chunk of money. And whether these beliefs stemmed from what we learned in childhood or what popular culture is feeding you, they might cause you to hold off on making positive changes to your money situation. So April Fool's has passed, but we'd like to share a handful of misconceptions. Don't be fooled by them, as they might lead you astray and get in the way of making positive changes. So here's a few of the misconceptions for you to watch out for. You need a ton of money to improve your financial situation. That is a myth. I guess I should have my buzzer ready. Contrary to popular belief, you do not need to land a huge job promotion or get a generous inheritance to work toward your money goals. One thing to remember is that income is not tied to your wealth. So what is tied to your wealth? It boils down to your net worth, which is how much money you have in your savings, retirement funds, assets such as your home or car. In a nutshell, your net worth is what you have left over after you submit your liabilities, such as your debts from assets, which is your savings, the value of your house, and so forth. Should you get a raise at work or you job hop and get a higher salary, you might run into lifestyle inflation. This is when your living expenses balloon to the point where it eats up that extra money you would have had if you kept living expenses relatively the same. Let's say you don't have a lot of quote-unquote leftover money after your living expenses have been accounted for. Maybe your income has remained the same or even decreased in the last year. If that's your case, one thing you'll want to do is try to find ways to lower your living expenses. It might feel overwhelming. We just talked about that in the last segment, right? Write everything down or get it all on a spreadsheet. Find out where that money is going to. If you've already been living lean, you may find that there's some more places to lean out. Start with one area: clothing, food, transportation, entertainment, just one area. See how much you might be able to save. Next, automate your savings. Whatever money you're able to save by cutting back, save it. How about the tax refund? How about the stimulus? Save it. You need to start out big. You might think you have to start big when working toward, that was another myth. You might think you have to start big when working toward goals such as paying down debt, building up savings, tucking away money toward retirement. Yeah, maybe you don't. But just like dieting, if you try to go too big too early, it's incredibly hard to stick with consistently, right? So just start small bites. You need a budget to be successful. 50, 30, 20 budget, the zero-sum budget, the no-guilt budget. In the realm of money nerds and personal finance litany, there seems to be a handful of different budgets you can go with, and most personal finance coaches and gurus emphasize the need of a budget. Might be controversial, but a budget is an amazing tool that can help you prioritize your spending and put you in control of where your money goes. Yeah, it helps to have that budget. Thinking you'll never be good with money. That's another myth. You don't have to be a math whiz to be good with money. If you aren't good at it currently, it's likely because either no one ever taught you or you have a challenging relationship to money due to messages and conditioning you've received growing up about money. Both are not your fault. Nothing is wrong with you, but make the change. Grow. It certainly takes effort, but no matter where you are, you can take steps to improve. People who are good with money always make logical, rational choices. That's a joke. No matter how logical someone might be, the truth is that often our personal choices around money are rooted in emotion. In turn, our choices aren't always rational. We might know that we should have saved our emergency fund rather than buy that expensive gadget, but we might ignore what's practical and splurge. Understanding your money story can help you gain self-awareness. Self-awareness can help guide you towards developing different habits and making better choices. What's more, sometimes you just need to hold space for the fact that you might occasionally do something wacky with your money. It's not bad. It's like having a diet, right? Well, I shouldn't talk about diets, but do you have a cheat day? Well, sometimes you get out of line and you do something that might seem a little wacky, But, something, it's just one day. So things change. And get right back on tracks. Keep on watching it. And over time, if you've got that budget going and you're doing all these right things, you're going to watch your net worth grow. Get in the real estate game. We talked to you about that earlier in today's broadcast. Saving your stimulus money, saving your tax refund. Go buy a house. Give me a call at 800-306-1990. The private team will help you in getting on a down payment assistance if you don't have enough money for the down payment assistance. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Put me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and please, singing, come out of things unsaid. Shouldn't